Hey everyone, it's been a minute since I've made a video. I've got a few large things and a few small things to show you. I think I'm going to start today by showing you what I found at Goodwill this week. I found me a stock Alpha Trooper, so I was pretty happy about that. It came with the drum. It did not come with the stock, so I basically found it like this, and it was $1.91. So I snapped that up. This is going to be strapped onto my back with a loaded 18-round drum for HVZ. So I'll be carrying my long shot, this with the barricade stock, of course. I've got some quick releases coming in the mail to hook it like this on my back, and then whenever I need it, I'll just pull it and it'll pop off. So that'll be pretty awesome. So that's cool. I found that at Goodwill. I didn't find anything else. I haven't had any good luck recently with Goodwill, so I just got to keep going back, you know, keep going at the grind. Another thing is, I was commissioned to paint. I was commissioned to paint a pass, pump action shotgun, ERTL, you know, whatever, by Mackedennis, and I've almost got the sanding complete. It's I'm sanding all the way up to 400 grit. So this one's got a couple smaller grits to go. This one I still got to do some paint removal on, but it's going pretty nicely. It just takes a minute to sand these. I just like to make sure I get everything and all the crevices and everything. So internals were done by Bololo. I'm painting it. It's going to be red and have some lettering and black and silver. It's going to be cool. So there's that. I got a hole saw this week, a big set of hole saws. It's got like, I think 15 sizes in it. But I use it to cut perfect circles out of polycarb. So that really helps me. It actually went through this half-inch polycarb really nice and straight, and the 1/4 inch the same thing. I've actually got 6 pairs of these for whenever I need to cut rainbow catches again, because these slide really loose in the plunger tubes, but if I give it a rapid E-tape, slide it in, drill it, pull it out, take off the E-tape, then it'll be just like, you know, a regular rainbow catch. So that will save me a ton of time, because I hate cutting the circles freehand. So that'll be a nice little time saver for me, and I'm really happy I bought it. It wasn't the cheapest thing in the world. I mean, it was like, I went to Harbor Freight, it was like 15 bucks, so I can't really complain. So I got like sizes all the way from like this big all the way to like this big. So I can like cut my own barrel spacers now and all sorts of cool stuff. So I'm happy I did that. A couple other things. The main things I've been working on is I've been working on these 2 pistols that I've been commissioned for. Both of them are rainbow pistols, as you can see. I'm just missing the plunger rods and the seals, and I need to get those. I'm actually having Bobololo pick me up those things today as he's coming over tonight. So, alright, I've got a bit of a spiel on these. I've done quite a bit of work on these. I've extended the handles about another 1/2 inch. You might not remember, but on the original rainbow pistol, not the original one, the one I made, the handles were really small, and I had to like curve my pinky around underneath it. These, I extended it a bit, so I've got a perfect, you know, perfect grip on it. It's not going anywhere. And the wood is, I believe it's poplar. It's nice and easy to shape, but it takes stain really well. So as you can see, I stained it all. I covered it with polyethylene. I covered it with Mod Podge, and then I covered it with a coat of acrylic sealer. It gives a really nice feel to it. It's still semi-grippy. So it feels really nice, actually. I'm really enjoying them. These 2 are going away, though. I am highly considering making a batch of 6 of these, but the thing is, I would need at least 5 people confirmed on board with one of these. They are $60 a piece. If I could get 5 or 6 people to buy them, I could easily make it down to the HVZ event. I'm still trying to scrap together some money for that. Main reason is I had to drop about $200 on tires today. On tires yesterday. I got a nail in one of my tires, so they couldn't patch it. I needed a new set of rears. I paid $200 for a set of 2 used tires, which it's an RX-8, so you know, I burn up the back tires pretty often. So I mean, I guess it's partly my fault, but the nail just ruined them. So I'd really like to sell a couple of these. The only way I'll sell them is if you can pay immediately and I mean like sending me like $60 plus shipping to PayPal like today. I would need 5 confirmed people on that. So if you're really highly interested, they're really fun little pistols. Let me grab the original one actually for you guys real quick. Here's the original one. You can see the handle's shorter and everything, and it's not pretty, but it's got a skirt seal and about 2.5 inches of draw, and that punches darts to 80. It does 80 pretty regularly, which is pretty good for a pistol that'll never break on you. The seal is absolutely perfect, and I build really high quality. Ooh, I'm tooting my own horn. I build really high quality homemades. So $60 is a really good price for these for the amount of time I put into one. It's all mechanically fastened, even up front, right behind the seal up here. Delrin plunger rod. I'm actually getting some PVC gray rod, so it actually should look kind of cool. And yeah, I'm doing ones exactly like these for $60 a piece. But I need 5 or 6 people on board. If you want in, send me an email to the email that I'm going to list below, and we'll work it out. Basically how that'll work is I'll see if I can get 5 people. If you say I'm in or put me on the list, I'll put you on the list, and then as soon as I get 5 or 6 people, I'll say, okay, we're ready to do this. Send me your payment and we'll start it, and I'll have it done in a month. So if you guys want to help me get down to HVZ, they're $60 a piece, and I would like to sell 6 of them if possible. So if you guys have any more questions about them, feel free to send me an email to Mackedennis@yahoo.com, as will be listed below. So that's my big pleading for money spiel. So we're going to dump these over here. I've still got to do some work, and Bubba is bringing me the materials from MasterCard today. Another big thing, you guys know what this is a tagger hopper. But this is only one of 2 that I've ever built to go on a special thing for someone. I have built another Dracbow for a commissioner catastrophe on the HVZ forums. So it's big. As you can see, I'm going to back up a little bit. It's a big bow. It's the same size as Drac, same specs, same crazy draw at full length. It's got over 13 inches of draw at full length, but I will be installing a limiter at 8.5 inches, just because that's what you want it at, is about 8.5 inches for taggers. Otherwise they just go they flip out all the way there. But it does like 50 to 70, but it does 60 regularly with my crappy beat up taggers. So I'm guessing that it could easily do 70 consistently with good quality newer taggers. I've actually got some taggers loaded in here right now. I think I've got 3 or 4. I'm going to actually take this camera out and we're going to go shoot it, just so we can get a range. Remember, it's not terribly accurate because of the way I have to release the bow, which is, it can kick it forward sometimes. But if you can hold it steady, it does pretty good range. And it's mainly an intimidation factor. Zombies see this, they get intimidated. So, and before I do that, here's going to be a couple of the improvements I made. I've used 1/4-inch nylon rope as the bowstring. I don't know why I couldn't say it. It doesn't flex at all, so it does the same job, but it's thicker, and it should not hurt you if it gets cut, because you know those little steel cables, if you cut them, they get all prickly. Like on Drac's bow, I know I got pricked like a dozen times before I coated them in like hot glue. So this is nice. It's easily replaceable if you ever need to. You buy it at a hardware store for like 15 cents a foot. I've tied a noose knot up top, and that's a permanent knot. And I've got a jumble of knots here that I'm going to actually undo. I was just trying to get the good draw, or the good length on it. So I'm going to tie a pretty knot in this. I'm going to see what I can do for that. So, couple more things. I've actually done a pretty heavy revision on this. They're not glued, the bow arms aren't glued, but they've got a bolt running through here all the way through both sides. So that's what holds the bow arms in. Bolt here holding this on to a stub. The stub is held in with 2 screws. Yeah, for the paint job, it's a really cool blue. It's almost, you know, you see Fanger red. This is kind of the blue of that. It's I believe it's like Oxford blue or something. I think I've got the can right here. It's a Regal blue, Krylon, indoor outdoor Regal blue. But it it mattes down really nicely with matte clear coat, and it's like the alter ego to Drax color, so it's cool. I've painted, you know, my nom tag on the front because that's what he wanted. Painted Raven on the side. Kind of a cool name. I don't know if it's a play off the modern blaster or not, but it's what the commissioner wanted. So let's go shoot it real quick, and I'll let you guys decide what you think of it. Alright, I've got 4 shots loaded. The clip can hold 6, but I can only find 4 decent taggers. I'm going to walk you guys out there after I finish shooting. It's kind of loud out here due to the birds and some traffic behind my house. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the HVZ draw, which is going to be 8.5. I've got a mark on the plunger rod, so my firing isn't going to be that fast, mainly because the draw limiter hasn't been installed yet. So let's go ahead and shoot it a few times. There's the HVZ draw. Oh, it shot 2, but it shot 2, but that was an accident. I need to get a longer clip. That one, the first one went way out past the slide. The first one piddled out in front of me because it, you know, double fed. So here's another one. And there they go. I'm gonna walk you guys out there real quick, and we'll show you where they went. Here's where the first one piddled out. It's at about 30 feet from where I was shooting. And the 2 that actually went somewhere, or rather the 3. Here's the first one. And we are about, I would say about 50 to 60 feet from my house. And the 2 that went the normal distance, they are out here at the 75-foot mark. There's both of them. There's the house. I think it's a pretty good HVZ range if you ask me. If you have any opinions about it, let me know below. So as you guys can see, nice bow, nice power range. I got the double feed, and some of them went whirly burrowed because I've got really crappy taggers because I don't buy stock darts. So that's the number one reason why. But with the 2 pretty good ones I've got, it was doing 70 easily with an almost empty clip, which is not bad, which is what I wanted out of it. The clip still needs to be painted, of course. It's been really wet and cold here. It's finally starting to warm up a little bit today, so I will paint that later. I'm trying to think of anything else that I might be missing. Overall, they're fun to build. The bow arms are one solid piece. Excuse me. Anyone attempting to make one should not use 2-piece bow arms, if you ask me. But that's my opinion. I've had them snap on me and hit me right in the stomach. They don't feel good. But let me think. 8.5 inches of draw, 13.5. You know, if I can pull it with my left arm, which I can't. But you always want to de-string it after use, or in between uses, like so. You just bend the bow arms a little bit and unhook it. It keeps the PVC arms from getting permanently like cracked in that position. They will be a little bent, as seen here. They're just a little bit bent, but that's just normal. And they'll be like that while you own it. But you always want to have it de-strung when it's sitting anywhere. If you're riding in a car with it, de-string it real quick. It's real easy and simple to de-string. The bottom cap, I'm going to actually put some wing nut screws on it so that you can just be like, oh, I don't want to have it strung. Wing nut off, pop it off, pop the string off, you're done. So this thing is going to be a bear to ship. It's going to be shipped, and I'm hoping it's not going to cost me a fortune. But the box is going to have to be this big by this tall by, you know, this thick. So it's not going to be fun. I hope it's not going to cost me like 30 or 40 bucks a ship. But we'll just have to see. Catastrophe, if you're happy with it, happy with the color choice, I'm going to paint the clip today. If you have any other questions, let me know. If you guys have any questions about the bows, comment below. A friend of mine's actually put up a pretty good revision of my design. It's not my design, but it's a NIC design. I'll put a link to his video and his channel below. I love you, Chainmail Man. He's a good friend. He's a good friend of mine. We talk on Facebook all the time. So I'm gonna give him some traffic. So there's that. And let me see. I think that's about it. I think I've covered everything. One last thing, again on the rainbow pistols, I need to sell 6 of them. 5 or 6, 5 would be the least. If you're interested, they're $60. I really, really would like to sell some. I know I had to drop, I told you about the whole tire story and me losing $200 yesterday, so that kind of killed my HVZ fund. So if you guys want to help me out, they're $60 a piece, plus shipping. It's usually about $8 for shipping. I'll include a barrel and a speed loader if you want. I don't make darts, so you don't get any darts. But if you're interested, send me a email to Mackedennis@yahoo.com. I will put the email in the description, and I will put my terms of sale in the description. I love you guys very much. Bubba Lola's coming over today, so we should be working on another nom list, and we've got a pretty good idea for one already. Love you guys. Have a nice day, morning, evening, night, wherever you're at.